5 ways to tell if you have emotional intelligence and if you're really using your emotional intelligence. Now, I truly believe that this is going to be one of the most important videos that you ever watch, because emotional intelligence has been by far claimed and proven that it is more important than IQ, and that it serves our life on a completely different level than any form of education, strategy, whatever. Our emotions are our guidance system for life. So when we use them for what they truly are, we get what we want, man. We feel the way we want. We experience the life that we want. So anyways, diving right in, I am Elizabeth, and here on this channel, we are all about designing a life of fulfillment through conscious creation. Now, if you are new here and you about that life, make sure you smash the subscribe button with the bell notification, because I'm bringing videos to you all the time on this stuff. Now, if you haven't already watched the video on what emotional intelligence is and why we should have it, before you even dive into this video, make sure you watch that. It's going to be up here, or it's going to be down in the description. It's called What is Emotional Intelligence and Why Should We Have That? Because why would you watch this if you don't know what that is yet? Alright, so anyways, let's dive in. So the reason why we are talking about this today is because when you can guide your emotions for what they are, you can, like I said, get what you truly want out of life. But it's not just about getting what you want. It's about connecting, becoming one, become really conscious and understanding what the world is all about by experiencing love, joy, peace on a true level, like being on a very high vibration, elevating to who you truly are, right? Because we are source energy. We are already all of the amazing things that we want in life, but we have blockages, and a lot of those blockages are just emotional blockages because of the judgment we put on things, and we're not properly using our emotions for what they are. So I want you guys to either give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm not gonna get offended if you give me a thumbs down. Actually, I don't know if that hurts the algorithm. I take that back. I'm saying this like I didn't think about it until now. If you give me a thumbs up, I don't know if that hurts the algorithm, so don't do that. But give me a thumbs up on the one that resonates with you, whether you're doing it or you know that you need to doing it. That way I can tell which videos I need to be making more on so that I can serve you guys, okay? The very first thing that we want to discuss when we're talking about the 5 things that all emotional intelligent people have is, number one, most important, hear me out because this might sting for some people, is that they do not stay in a less than joyous state of being. And yes, we're humans. Like, we're going to get angry. We're going to get upset. We're going to have negative emotions at some point because, you know, feelings are our indicator. They're going to be there. It's inevitable. But they do not stay in those states because they're using it for the tool that they are. They're like, blah, 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 which we're going to discuss later, like what those blah, blah, blah meant. So, number one, highly emotional intelligent people do not stay depressed. They do not stay angry. They do not stay in low vibrational states of being. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is they do not blame outside stimuli for the way that they feel. Whether that be a person, oh, he cheated on me, or she's being rude to me, or whatever the case may be, or they cut me off in traffic, or my food tastes like shit, or I'm cold. Like, whatever outside stimuli, highly emotional people could be covered in shit, and it would be, you know, it's a challenge. Obviously, sometimes it's a challenge for them. Sometimes it's not always easy for them, but they could be covered in shit. They could be, and it gets easier over time for people. So someone who's highly emotional intelligent this will be a lot easier for someone who has never practiced it, so it gets easier over time. But they could be covered in shit. Someone could be like, you're worthless, blah, 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 and then like beating the crap out of them and still find a way to be like, thank you, God, you know, like, seriously. So like, they do not blame outside stimuli for the way that they feel. Like, look at Anne Frank. Anne Frank is an amazing example of this. Amazing. She went through something that I'm like literally lost at words. If you guys don't know who Anne Frank is, look her up. She's someone who survived the Holocaust, or actually I sound ignorant maybe saying that because I don't know if she did. But I just know that what I do know about Anne Frank is the fact that she was in the Holocaust and she was one of those people that literally had to hide. And anyways, they look her up if you don't know who Anne Frank is, okay? Because I'm not going to describe it and make this video long. But there's lots of stuff about history that, you know, I might not get right. But she has an amazing story on why outside stimuli, someone who, not why, but like a good example of someone who's emotional intelligent, someone who never let outside stimuli affect the way that they feel, right? Look at all the champions in life. Look at the high level superstars. Look at the people who've achieved masses. Look at the people who, and like actually did it. Maybe weren't like born into it or whatever. Like look at the people that actually did it. They have went through tremendous hardships, or even if they were born into it, the people that can actually maintain it and manage it and whatever, everyone at a high level goes through tremendous hardships just like everybody else, but they just handle it in a different way. They leverage it. They never blame outside stimuli for the way that they feel, for the results that they're gonna get, right? They might need to adjust. They might need to, think in a different way. They might need to take additional breaks to, address the way they feel, whatever, but they're never gonna blame outside stimuli for the way they feel. So if you ever use the words, you made me feel, or because of this, I feel this, like, no, you are not, you're being emotionally dumb. You're not being emotionally intelligent, you're being emotionally dumb, okay? So, sorry to be so harsh, but yeah. Alright, so anyways, so that's number 2. Number 3 is that they self-reflect, and this is like the biggest key. Number 3 and 4 are going to go back and forth, kind of intertwined with each other. But they self-reflect. I'm going to say them together because it's going to be the best way for me to explain it. Number 3 is that highly emotional, intelligent people self-reflect. And number 4 is that they leverage negative emotions. And so what I mean by this, the same reason why they don't blame outside stimuli for how they feel, and the same reason why they don't stay in a less than joyous state of being, is because they know that anytime they feel something less than dissatisfaction, it's because of a thought that they are personally thinking. Anytime that someone feels something less than a joyous state of being, anytime they're angry, whatever, not getting the results that they want, is because they are thinking in a way that's not serving them and in a way that's not aligning with what they want. So when someone gets angry, jealous, whatever, the other person didn't do that to you. It's the thought, the judgment you put on about what that means about you in the situation and the outcome. So it's a matter of anytime we get angry, we're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a matter of becoming conscious. And this is where transformation really happens in people. And this is where relationships truly evolve. And this is where you really get to the next level. And this is where you really find your emotional barriers, is that anytime you have an emotional discomfort, you're like, what am I thinking to myself? How am I not serving myself? Like, what does this mean about me? Like that I'm judging about myself. You become conscious of the thoughts that you're thinking, that you're saying to yourself, so that you can dismiss that thought and not let it continuously be adopted down into your subconscious brain and become a part of your belief system. So highly emotional, intelligent people know that anytime they feel discomfort, it's because they need to do some sort of self-reflecting, because they are thinking a thought that is not serving them. That is, even if it's like something somewhat factual, and I hate using the word factual or truth without going like this, because everything's a perception, but like, even if, like, say, let's use, like, a factual thing, right? Even though this could be opinion too. Like, you could say someone cheated on me and so I'm upset or whatever. And even though you're not blaming, you could take it to another level. Like, I'm not blaming that person for me being upset. I'm just upset because I'm upset. Highly emotional people will take it to a next level. They'll be like, why am I upset that this person cheated on me? I shouldn't be upset. It's their loss. Like, I'm amazing, blah, blah, blah. The only reason why you'd be upset is if you felt like you took a loss, is if you feel like, oh, all of a sudden I'm not worthy, I'm the type of person to get cheated on. Like, that's why you would be upset whenever someone cheated on you. Or if it was maybe something along the lines of, oh, I'll never be able to have someone like that again. I thought I trusted them and they were everything, and now I can't trust people. So you want to observe the negative thought patterns, because traumatic things will happen to highly emotional people, and they'll find a way to be happy about it. Not just for the sake of being happy, but because they're using their emotions for what they are. They're not just being happy to be happy. They're like being really happy, like real fucking life happy, like not fake happy, okay? So that is like the number like, that's like the biggest takeaway. Like 3 and 4, I feel like is the juiciest segment of this. So, boom, shagalaga. Anyways, and then so number 5 is like seeing the big picture. Number 5 is seeing the big picture. They're able to see this upon other people. So when other people are acting out, when other people are being irrational, when other people are, you know, being crazy towards you, you're like, okay, I understand that the way that other people treat me is a reflection of the way that they feel themselves, whether they are afraid of me being a certain way, it's an insecurity they have, a judgment they're making, whatever. The way that they're feeling has nothing to do with the way that I'm being. You can influence someone, but they have 100% control and judgment. You could be the most perfect person for someone, but if their belief system and the way that they are as a human being is to treat like shit, like, you're going to be treated like shit. And on a flip note, you could be the worst person ever. I'll use one of my really good friends. She was hanging around, and I had to stop hanging out with one of my really good friends because she was hanging out with the worst person ever, absolutely terrible worst person ever. And I was so shocked that she would even be around someone like this, like, completely blown away. But she is like such a loving, beautiful soul, giving. Like, this person kept like hurting her and like everyone around her, and she just like she was just so forgiving, right? And it's good to be forgiving, right? But you need to know when to separate yourself, like, simultaneously, just, you know. So yeah, so it's like you see the bigger picture. Like, you're able to be forgiving. You're able to not react off of other people. You're able to address it, see the bigger picture for what it is. And this really helps with relationships, especially like business relationships, intimate relationships, family, all relationships. Because when someone's acting out, it's like, oh, what did I do? It's like, this person, even though like you influence them, like things you could do could help lighten their mood, you know that however they react to you and how they're treating you has to do with what's going on in their head. And so you can just really take things to another, have sympathy for people, have compassion for people, really take things to another level. So comment down below which of these 5 things that you either A, were doing, or B, need to work on. For me, I know that I sometimes need to work on number 5. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what did I do? Did I mess things up? Blah, blah, blah. Am I being good enough? Like, sometimes, like, because I'm like, a big limiting belief for me, and something I'm still demolishing through too, is like being good enough, right? I feel like that's a big thing for most of us. It's what we're always worried about. So sometimes when people like treat me in a way I wouldn't want, I'm like, and not like addressing the fact that, but something I'm really good at is self-reflecting simultaneously. I know that seems weird. I'm really good at looking within. I'm absolutely excellent with looking within. So, that's my good thing, and that's one thing I'm working on. So which one is it for you guys? I would love to know down below. So like I said, it can help me know which videos to help make more for you guys so that we can transform ourselves to who we truly are. And yeah, I love you guys so much. As always, dream big, live large, and be live. Oh, also on the video that I told you guys to watch, if you haven't already watched it, there is a giveaway on it. There is a cash prize giveaway. So yeah, go ahead and watch that if you haven't already, if you want some cash, yo. All right, bye guys. I don't know why I did that piece. I was like 4th grade. All right, bye guys.